line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to
Good evening, good day, good afternoon, good night, everyone. How are we doing here on our show? This is PTM Racing TV live with you guys once more as we take it down to Southern California's Auto Club Speedway, where we will see the Splash and Go 200 for BackFire Sim Racing. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Shriver. Welcome back to the show as we are getting set up here tonight for the race of Week 3 action for the BackFire Sim Racing League Series. The weekly series coming to you live at Auto Club Speedway here tonight, where we will see the drivers take on this 1.5 mile long Auto Club Speedway, one of the toughest tracks to take down when it comes to burning tires and spreading rubber. But these drivers are always set and paced in to take it to the full advantage and the full strength of what comes here at Auto Club. As you see here, a D-shaped style track here with a lot of runs. This place is well known for a lot of areas you can play at and a lot of stuff you can do with. Over 30 drivers are locked in with us here tonight to drive around this track as we are currently finishing up qualifying right now. Final seconds closing in. We are just about ready to go at it here. The field set and paced in. We are going to look at our starting order now. Here is how the lineup looks tonight as we come to you live from Auto Club. On the pole, Matthew Robinson, the 99, will then be the 36 of Kyle the Speed Demon Speeds is outside. Runner number 2 is the 98 of Jeremy Richmond and the 28 of Finn Robinson. Row 3, it's DJ Daniel, the 96 outside. The 34 is Simon Morrison is outside. And now the row 4, it will be Corey Saucier in the 24. With it is outside. James Jones in the 10. Row 5, Angel Santiago on the number 90. It is outside. It will be the 46 of John Espualda Jr. Row 6, J.R. Miller in the 78 is outside. The 15 of Noah Owens. Row number 7, it's going to be the 64 Jordan Stencil is outside. It'll be the 74 of Wesley Jeanette. Row 8, it's going to be Christopher Double L Lawrence. And the number 9 is outside. The 27 of Brennan Mascarella. Row 9, for the 58 of Harry Vugert is outside. It will be Jacob Turvin in the 71. Row 10, it's John Espawalda the 3rd. And the 47 to his outside, it's the 13 of Chris Papa. Row 11, Zach Woods in the 60. It is outside. The 49 of Kyle Gardner. Row number 12, Chris Hupka in the 5 is outside. The number 1 of Tyler Hallahan. Row 13 is Joey Wright in the 82 is outside. The 23 of Trevor White. Row 14, the 8 of Ryan Sizemore. To his outside, it will be the 19 of David Hall. Row 15, Harold Bud Barnes, the 2nd in the 83, is outside. The 33 of Terry Marinaro. Row 16, Christopher Kewis, I hope I'm saying your last name right, bud. The 29 is outside. The 48 of Brandon Browning. And final starter, Clifford Corvu in the 57 to round out your field. Corvo, I should say. Corvo, yeah. All right. Now we got that out of the way. We're set. Ready to go. The drivers lined up in their position, pulling out on the track. Here they come now down across pit road. They will line them up in their individual positions and set up for the run. Here they are ready to go racing. A packed field, stacked, backed, and all that here. 100 laps to the distance here for the Splash and Go 200. Out here at Auto Club here. This will definitely be one race I think you guys will like here and will want to see all that and then some. With how this one plays out and how it will come down, there's a lot of big names and a lot of favorites that the fans are rooting on tonight. Trey Whitehead going for Ryan Sizemore. Finn Robinson trying to get some hype up here from the Jack Dowel Motorsports guys. Randy Richmond doing the same for his JKR Motorsports boys. And let's get that win, Jeremy Richmond, the 98, he says. Sean Gardner saying me too, and then Mike Gagney coming in with the number 24. He's rooting on for his boy here tonight, that being 24. Man down run here. They will run their way through the field. Corey Saucier was the one we were talking about a minute ago. As you see in that Gagney number 24. Race fans, they're coming out of turn 4. They're paced in, they're side by side in their discretion. And it looks like we are just now ready to go racing. Wait for the lights to come on. Look for the green flag to pop out. And then it's time to send these cars straight into your living room and straight to the big one. Here we go. Green flag pops up. We're ready to go. The greatest sound in all of racing is coming your way right here and now. Here they come out of turn 2 here. Look at this field of drivers. A whole lineup and a half coming right into your living room. That's what it's all about here as we come across here. The early going. Matthew Robinson with the early advantage. Jeremy Richmond there in the 98 has a little bit of a ground clearance there to push it through, while the 96 of DJ Daniel falls right behind him. DJ Daniel, last week's feature winner there, managing to take a big trip to victory lane, managing to hold himself accountable and maybe making a little bit more of a run than I think most people were giving him credit for. He definitely had himself a way and a half there. He's been doing a pretty good job since he came on from that win, and right now he's just kind of taking back where he left off from Las Vegas. But he is still having a little bit of time to make up his Finn Robinson, the two-time world defending champion, is running through the field up in the 3rd spot. Jeremy Richmond, teammate, right in front of him. Matthew Robinson, though, is the man. They're all hunting down right now, and you go on the onboard, you can just see how far he is running away from this entire field. He's gunned it through the whole field. He's just making his way through and never letting off and giving anybody a chance here. has a solid run and a solid line to deal with here in the start. As you see the field currently still trying to catch back in, try to get up around there. Brendan Browning seems to have a little bit of problems having to go into pit road early on here. We'll see if that speeds a factor later. Wesley Jeanette in the 74 here having a little bit of company there as you got the 58 of Harry Buger right beside him. And the 71 of Jarek Turvin right in that area of play as well. He's looking for a little bit of a run, looking for a little bit of an opening as we go on board here with him. One thing I want you to pay attention throughout the night as well is just listen for the throttle rhythm, throttle control that these drivers are going to have to possess here on this track. This is an extremely, and I mean extremely, slick track. When you're not careful, it's very easy to get loose off the corners, and it's very easy to lose your momentum if you're not careful down there. That's why you hear a lot of drivers say earlier on, throttle rhythm is key. Stay in the throttle, but don't overdo it to where you're going to lose everything there, especially later on when the tires start to burn in. Then it gets tight, and it will hurt your run later. Ashley and Michelle Jackson rooting in for Natty Matty for the win. Randy Richmond making it in 3 in a row. Yep. Tori Manuel has joined us in saying, let's go Sizemore Motorsports. And Ron Gardner has joined us in rooting off Roll Kyle tonight. Great to have you all on the show here. Right now, currently, the way we're looking at the field here, by about a gap of a margin and a half here, Matthew Robinson has a second lead on his other boy, Finn Robinson. Robinson right now trying to get up there with him, but he is falling way behind the waistline. Let's go on board here with Finn. You can see that second lead of a distance from Matthew there. Matthew is just continuously hitting his marks and hitting spots up where he needs to and just letting the car do the work, and that's what's really been helping him out and keeping him steady as he goes all the way through. You may have noticed as well there in the bottom left corner of your screen there's a new logo up there, BackFire Sim Racing, kind of updating as the times go and really keeping up with the times as well. Got some pretty sweet looking designs out there and a pretty sweet looking logo to say the least. So Christopher Dowell Lawrence there in the 9 right beside, right in front of Angel Santiago. It's a Ford versus Chevy battle up here as they are working their way through the front straightaway. The 9 of Lawrence, and then the 90 of Santiago right behind them, following behind. But I think Lawrence is more focused on trying to get this man right up here, the 78 of J.R. Miller, who has the advantage here in those corners. But right now, Lawrence is gaining a little bit of ground on him, starting to catch him a bit. Back down into the inside zone. Here comes the double L. Lawrence now moving in a little bit hard on that run. Tries to make the big move there with the BlackGate Security Agency number 9. Side by side, they took it there for a second, but it was a little bit less in the corner off exit because J.R. Miller had the run he needed, because it looked like Lawrence had to back off on the corner there to make sure that car would not spin. They come around with James Jones in that 10 Toyota Camry, trying to get up there with the 64 of Jordan Stencil. Stencil right now playing an even keel, even run. The Hillman 64 having a solid day so far, makes the pass. Angel Santiago here, top 10 going out of here. On board here with Father Jonas Gawalda Jr., his son, the 3rd right now, currently in 21st, but Gawalda doing a pretty good job trying to get some positions up there at the moment. He is right now down 3, up now he's down only 2 because of that pass he made to Santiago, but it looks like he's not quite done with him just yet. Santiago wants a little bit of a piece of the pie, and now Brandon Mascarella opening his little Central Illinois Spice Co. Chevrolet 27 up in front with him a little bit to the Jack Dowel Motorsports 486 of Gawalda. Taking him deep into the corner, banks, hill, these treacherous track. This is not a track you can mess up on too often and not give yourself any breathing room. Noah Owens in the 15 knows all about that, and that sim shot's 15. hammering it down and playing where they need to. Right now, Kyle, the Speed Demon Speed's playing in third, trying to get up there to the old boy himself, Finn Robinson. Robinson has a pretty sizable lead, though, on him early. As you can see right here from the distance, that's how far the gap is from those drivers here, and that's how far it is from each other. Here's how the lap times look right now. You can see Speed's actually gaining some ground on the two-time defending champion right now. And then if you go to the opposite end of the spectrum, Matthew Robinson, well, let's just say he's not exactly running away from Finn Robinson there. But he is catching him on some slaps and some corners. We'll see if that's the case later. But right now, at 99, FedEx Machine is currently your race leader and is doing a pretty good job staying where he needs to play it. Field's starting to pace themselves out a little bit of some movement back there. Looks like John Espawalda and Angel Santiago still going at each other here, not giving each other any room here. That draft going to be a big factor as well when you look at things here, because they have to get those long stretches of road to set up then for the corners of those turns. So it all boils down to strong runs and strong holds. But one thing we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast was how bad will those tires take effect and how bad will the rubber burn off. One thing they don't tell you too often around here is that it is so easy for the hot southern California skies to just completely rain down on this track with that sun burning in. And when you got fresh rubber, when you got steam coming off the car and power and all the oil and fuel that burns in with the tires, that has to get onto that ground and pavement. As laps go in, as laps go on, they burn them to shreds and start to hurt them more and more. And that's been the one thing the drivers have worried about every time they're out on this track, and they know they've got to be very careful about that. Field back around here on the front straightaway here. Everybody in a bit of a hot pace, hot ticket counter here. The 49er Kyle Gartner still trying to get up there with Vuger, Boalda, and Santiago right now. Those four drivers are the mainstays when it comes to the race battles. A little bit of a bobble there from Boalda. That may open the door up for Gardner here. He's coming down that back straightaway with a little bit of a run in mind. While right behind him, Chris Papa and the 13 just all of a sudden intervenes as well. Papa starting to make a little bit of a charge there on the bottom, trying to corner off Apex into the middle and bring it straight back up. And Boalda trying to do, well, I'm not really sure if he's trying to hold it up on the middle or if he's trying to hold on the high. It looks like he's just kind of doing a hybrid of both. A little bit of a problem there coming into that turn. He did not stabilize it in the way he wanted to, and that opened the door up to Mascarella and Sizemore now to make a pass around. And he's got 60 as Zach Woods following right beside him. That's your battle in the back right now. Currently our battle up front, well, if I'm being dead honest here, what battle up front? Finn Robinson and Matthew Robinson are currently edging each other closer every time. Matthew's run earlier on Finn is only about an eighth of a second, which is not helping him very much here. He's definitely falling behind a little bit, and Kyle, the Speed Demon Speeds, is taking notice. Last week's feature winner, DJ Daniel, as well right now. Currently having a little bit of a run and a half there, giving himself some breathing room. The SimSpeedShop.com 200 winner at Las Vegas last week. We're on board with him, and we're going to take you through this backstretch. I'm going to show you where they're going to try to aim those corners in off those turns. You see them banked off right off that turn 3 area, coming off that wall, and then sending it straight down the bottom. That's generally where you're going to see most of the drivers try to run their line in and try to then bring it back up to the high banks of turn 4. Same as with turn 1 and 2. They're trying to bring it in and corner down, and then they'll bring it straight back down to the bottom to try to shorten the track out even more. And as they get back up from about halfway, apexing from the middle, lift up to the high side, get it straight back down, and try to not let the car drift up too high off those corners of turn 1 and 2, because that is a little bit more treacherous than turn 3 and 4 at times, depending on who you ask around here. Simon Morrison right now in the 34, having a little bit of company behind him. That's Jordan Stencil, a fellow Canadian. 2 Canadian drivers going at it here. The Hillman 64 and then that 34 of Morrison right now, having a little bit of ground and contact, clear and dense, building off that draft and building off the momentum. But it looks like Stencil wants up east of the bye. He wants to get up to the front and make his pass on by. Charles Gardner still rooting on for Kyle Gardner right now, and Kyle right now currently in 16th, but he is up 6 spots at the moment. Battle and a half here, right bound out of the corners and into the zones here. You got a battle for 7th between these drivers. Simon Morrison there right on the outside looking in. Stencil on the inside trying to hold him in and trying to keep him clear of the problem zone. And then Christopher L. Lawrence there in that BlackGate number 9. Having a run and a half here with them, trying to make it through. They take a 3 wide out of turn 4 here for the battle for 7th. Lawrence gets into there and pushes his way up there. Looks like the 64 Stencil didn't quite get the run that he was looking for and give him the push that he was aiming for it. The BlackGate Security AC number 9 as Lawrence is moving the chains. He's up all 8 spots right now. Started 15th, currently in 7th. Right behind all of them here, of course, James Jones in that 10, and then the 78 of J.R. Miller kind of juking it out a little bit. Don't worry about the smoke, folks. That's just the internet on their end, not our end. If you see the cars all disappear, then that would be our end here. Get a good look at the drivers as they come across around here. All 30 of them just doing where they need to and be where they have to. Matthew Robinson's lead earlier on seemingly starting to dissipate away a little bit because Finn Robinson is following right behind him. It's got a run and a half coming. He's now gone by about 5/10 left to go. Halfway there, halfway to in. If you look at the lap times right now for Matthew, he's not exactly running away from Finn anymore. And especially being 1/5 away through the run here, I would say Matthew Robinson, although it's kind of confusing to see which Robinson's which because you got 2 Robinson names there, but Finn is the one right behind Matthew here. Matthew, the race leader, you can see he has lost a lot of ground and time. He might have just burned his tires in too quickly from running that hard around that line, that area. Now again, he did that because he was trying to stay away from the runs that was coming from guys like Finn as well as Kyle the Speed Demon Speeds. That's why he was challenging him in so hard. And even Speeds himself has been getting a little bit of ground up there and getting a little push as we go on board here with the old Speed Demon. Back down around here. It looks like a little bit of problems down there from Brandon Muscarella. Goes off the track here. Something gone completely wrong for him there. We'll have to take a look at the PTM instant replay and see what went wrong for him. It looks like some troubles there for his end. Gets into the wall protection there out of turn 4 from the 33 and a little bit of a bad camera angle, but you can see that he opened up his own lawn care service and manages to get out of there, but I don't think anybody in California right now needs a lawn care service. I think they're still dealing with the winter stuff over there. Back on the live feed right now as we are currently still here, just 1/5 away through this one so far here, and Finn Robinson now starting to close in even further up on Matthew Robinson as Kyle Spees is just kind of waiting in the wings. Earlier on, if you remember, you see how far Finn was away from Matthew. This time it's complete opposite. Matthew has lost ground and time up, and Finn is catching up more and more as time goes on here. It's getting to the point where he's even having some troubles there. Corey Saucier and Jeremy Richmond now are going to go at it a little bit. Saucier right now has Jeremy in his sights and in play here. We'll see if he's able to catch him on these corners and off these exits here. This will be the battle for 5th. If Corey can get up to him right now, you can see the distance that is coming through for him and how far away they are from each other. The Gagne number 24, Corey Saucier, trying to get it in. A little bit of a better run from the runs he's had earlier on. He's had great battles here so far in the season. Now, granted, it is early. There's still a lot of time at ground up to be made around here on the series and on the season. Well, there's one thing we know from seeing other leagues out there is that you can never hold anything back when it comes to trying to perfect that run and trying to perfect that position. And the two-time defending world champion knows all about that. Robinson right now is getting further ahead and catching ever so slightly to Matthew Robinson here. Has a bit of a push there to go through. Matthew trying to stay ahead, trying to stay away from Finn. Finn not exactly getting him on the corners, not exactly getting him anywhere he wants to, but it's still working to his advantage in full effect. And Brandon Muscarella, that he just passed on by there, has to watch his fellow teammate and a Central Illinois Spice Go company machine get up there and trying to take on Robinson here. Well, Robinson versus Robinson battle out here. What is this? Meet the Robinsons all of a sudden? Like, I know that was a great Disney movie, but I didn't realize that was all of a sudden, like, now actually going to turn into a car racing show. What? Right, man. What kind of stuff is Disney coming up with these days, man? I think it's kind of crazy over here. Looks like Mario Muscarella, though, not exactly going to give up too much to his teammate there. He just pushes right ahead. Yeah, there is a little bit of damage there on Brandon there, but I'm not sure if Finn appreciated that too much, but it looks like Matthew actually is going to have to go into pit road, so we will have ourselves a new leader. Finn Robinson takes the lead. DJ Daniel right now currently still having to deal with the added pressure of drivers behind him and drivers beside him. You see right behind him there, that is the 82, Joey Wright. Joey Wright unfortunately falling a lap down at the moment due to the issues and inconsistencies he's had with this track tonight. The Cross Creek 82 Ford Mustang trying to hang in there and trying to play it out, but DJ Daniel has just been ever so consistent. He's been doing pretty good here on those longer track formats here. There are a few tracks coming up in the season that may change that a little bit, and we'll see over time, but right now definitely it appears that the speeds are definitely coming through, and the tires are starting to wear and tear out there, so now fuel will be kind of the bigger question as well, as how much fuel do you take, how much, and then on those good years, what will be the key factor for that? What will be the right idea to take for long term versus short term? J.R. Miller there in that 78, still trying to get up there to Angel Santiago. Santiago moving back up to the 6th right now. Christopher L. Lawrence having to go into pit road, as well as Kyle the Speed Demon Speeds. They have pulled it back out though, and they're back out on the track, but they are currently also about a lap or two. They're going to be a lap down if they're not careful here. Ryan Sizemore is up in 10th here as Triple Troy came to play Whitehead. He's letting us all know here in the chat. There he is right here on your screen. He's just got a Murderers Row right behind him. He's got Spice Go Company. He's got Wonder Bread cars right behind him. I don't know if I want to be him right now though, but I mean, then again, I always get scared no matter where everyone comes from. That's always been my biggest issue. We're on board here with Sizemore. Whitehead saying he's got to get this pit road stop perfect here. Yes, he does. You have to be careful about that when you're running in a green flag pit stop, because you never know when that caution comes out, and then that could just derail any idea and any position you had for that run. We've seen it happen time and time again here on the show. Chris Upka, number 5 right now, getting to SimSpeedShop.com. Number 5 up there in play. He's got that 71 of Jacob Turbin to his outside line, and now the 23 of Trevor White also intervening a little bit. Almost a 3 wide slew. They bring it back here out of turn 2. Both drivers keeping it clear of that, keeping out of trouble. Smart thinking and smart driving on their end. This is some pretty good stuff here. Just about 1/3 of the way there, and currently Trevor White and that 23 having a little bit of work to do there with Jacob Turbin here as they continue to run their lines and run their positions in. It's a heated battle between these two, but will Turbin be able to hold off Trevor White? Well, that's the big question. Down the back straightaway here, nearly a side-by-side maneuver there. Looks like Turbin trying to get away from the draft line of White and trying to corner him off, but the cross-thread maneuver does not quite hold off the way Turbin was hoping for. And now White intervenes and moves it inside to up to 12th. DJ Daniel now taking the race lead away as Corey Saucier about 3.5 plus seconds away there from him. That's the distance right now DJ has away from the field, and Christopher at Double L Lawrence at 9 falling a lap down. But DJ is still running on. Burnt in tires. You gotta wonder when he's gonna go in. And as I say that, I guess he was listening to me in the chat because he is going in now, and Saucier will take the race lead away from him. Let's take a look at our pit strategy right now currently. If you can, well, past the screen graphic there, apologies there, but you can see Saucier, Jones, Daniel, Stenzel, Santiago Miller, and Gardner and Sizemore have not gone into pit road. They have stayed out the entire time so far, which is interesting to say the least here, and how come they're doing that. But you got to remember around here, they are trying to outweigh and outgrow the cons of this track, and this track can be very hard to make sure you have a good long run, especially with the set of tires they're given that have to play it out perfectly, or it can end up costing them later in the race. The 74 you see up on the screen, that's Wesley Jeanette right now in the Menards Ford Mustang. Going to work a little bit there as you got Chris Hubka in the 5, and then that 47, John Espawalda III, is outside line. Looks like almost a 3-wide salute there out of turn 4, but they did not go just yet. The racing's been hot so far, and the battles have been quick. And so far, Zach Woods in that 60 knows all about that. But Waldo III making his pass now finally, as well as the 13 trying to work his way back into the field, back through the mess that's going down. Chris Papa will get his lap back, but he's still got to get up there to Corey Saucier before he gets a full lap in. The race has been hot, it's been good so far, but when we come back, we'll see how much more these drivers have at stake and how much more they'll have at play. Your top 5 on the screen right now. Corey Saucier leads it off as we hit to a quick commercial message. Tonight's race for the Jack Dowel Motorsports BackFire Sim Racing, the Splash and Go Graphics 200 at Auto Club, has been brought to you in part by Jack Dowel Motorsports, by Grid Finder, by AJ's Hotspot, by Central Illinois Spice Company, by SimSpeedShop.com, of course by Splash and Go Graphics, by BlackGate Security Agency, by SimShots, by the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. And of course, BackFire wants to give a word to the guys that have also created some of their designs out there, same like Southern Sim Graphics, and of course Max Graphics. They do appreciate you and help the support, and they're glad to have you guys with them on the show. And they just want to say thank you again, and hope to keep getting some continuous awesome designs done by you guys. And I must say, I am a little bit jealous of those designs I see out on the track here tonight. It's pretty sweet looking rides there. Of course, I've got my own graphics folks I go to when it comes to it. But Splash and Go and all of them are definitely a great bunch of guys, as well as the Southern Sim Graphics and those Max Graphics guys. I've seen some of their work. Fantastic painters over there. Definitely worth supporting if you get the chance out there. Field's still pacing around right now. Everyone's still trying to get up there in position and jockey for a run if they can. Definitely no gimmies around here, and definitely no chances to lose. Sue Belt No Wax saying, let's go Kyle Speed at number 36. Yep, we got her in the chat right now. Great to have you on board. J.R. Miller in that 78 having to deal with lap traffic, trying to push their way back up into position. That's kind of the danger you run when you're running around tracks like this when lap traffic comes in, is because they have to get that full throttle send-off, that full position in to get around them and make some changes in the guard here, and that's when things can get really crazy and all over the place for them. And they know it. That's why they're watching it right now. Hope you all are doing well over on your end tonight. Hope everyone's doing okay. You know, times are still a little bit troubling out there, but hopefully we can lighten up with just by showing some loved ones and some family and friends out on the show, racing their tail ends off, trying to put on a show for you guys at home. Corey Saucier and Jordan Stencil going to pit road, which means J.R. Miller will now have the opportunity to take over the race lead here, and indeed he will. He will be the new leader now. The old red, white, and blue number 78 has got the race lead now, taken away. Will he be able to keep it? We won't know until later on here, but he is up 10 spots right now at the moment. They're looking pretty solid as can be, and as solid as it will need to be. That's the 19 National Guard number 9 of David Hall. Staying ahead here of the field, staying right in his comfort zone, doing a pretty good job so far. The 5 of Chris Hupka now makes his pass around as Hall has to go in pit road. J.R. Miller as well will follow in pursuit. And at long last there for Matthew Robinson, he will take back the race lead away from his combatants and his fellow drivers. Ben Robinson follows behind by about 2.5 seconds here. 2.25, I should say, at this point. Zach Woods in that 60 right now, following right behind, trying to get his lap back as well, as you see him pushing through down the back straightaway. Long run for these guys. Still have to go through and push through as well. It's not exactly just a one and done, clean and out kind of situation here. This is a race you have got to be patient with, and you've got to keep your eyes focused on at all times. Especially when time and delays come through, you really got to be making sure there is no messing around here and no gimmies around here. Zach Woods in the 60 getting ahead here a little bit right now currently. The rest of the field kind of just playing out, I think, honestly, the way we were expecting it to here. And the guys that were race leaders for a little bit having to go into pit road, getting taken care of there. Some of the rest of the field right now currently in the back of the pack here. You see Ryan Sizemore there in the 8. He had a little bit of a fan base growing there for him earlier. As you see, he's got a little bit of a distance away there from Jordan Stencil in the 64 Hillman machine. With the 28 right in front of him, that being not Brandon Muscarello, excuse me, but the 28 being Man Tonight. By currently the driver. Well, we don't have a number on that one apparently. Producers, don't you guys have a way to figure out who's who around here? That's Ben Robinson. How do I keep forgetting it was him? That's pretty bad. Ben, I'm sorry about that, bud. I didn't mean to forget your number there. Oh, wait a minute. Caution does come out. We do have ourselves a caution. The first one of the night. I believe that was a stage caution. We do not have any cars down or wrecked around here at the moment. Looks like everything's okay on their end. Taking a look through the field right now, just seeing if we have anything, and that will not be the case here. So looks like it was a stage caution. So looks like Matthew Robinson will be your stage winner. In the early pacings, in the early going for him, that will definitely boost his confidence up just a hint or two. So while they do with all that fun stuff, we're going to go and take it down with the boys here to the phone lines and have a word from our guys down there. See who we can bring into the show, who we can bring in first. Why not? Let's go ahead and talk with the fan favorite right now, that being the number 8 of Ryan Sizemore. Ryan, you got a little bit of a following in the crowd here tonight, man. How's the car holding up for you down there?
Man, I tell you, we fired off pretty loose, and we tightened up, midway through the run, plowing tight at the beginning. After the tires wore down a bit. But I got to tell you, man, the Buffalo Springs Chevrolet, she's fast tonight. We're making moves, and hopefully keep it out of trouble and be there at the end for the win.
For sure there. Right now, currently, with the way we're halfway point coming up here, is there going to be anything major for you to implicate here in this run?
Man, really just keep doing what we're doing. I'd really like to take care of my tires a little bit better on this next run. That is something that was kind of bringing me down on this last run, just plowing tight and trying to deal with the worn tires. So hopefully, keep taking care of my tires and just be there at the end, just for a chance. That's all I want. I just want to be there for a chance. So.
For sure there, Ryan. Well, nevertheless, you definitely have an opportunity, that chance, and we'll see if it all plays out in your favor here later on. Ryan Sizemore there in the number 8 taking the time to chat with us here. We'll go ahead and bring it down and talk with some other drivers here. I know we got a lot of folks to talk with here and that would love to be brought onto the show. We can only bring in so many at a time, though. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the bad news about broadcasting, is you can only bring in so many as we go through. From JKR Motorsports, it is the 98 of Jeremy Richmond now on the line. Jeremy, do you have the copy, sir?
Yes, sir. I got the copy.
Hey, man, right now, early start, early going for you. It's been kind of really consistent with you and been hanging in with these guys. What's been the key to success here at Auto Club?
Just taking it easy. Main thing is I don't even want to hear my tires squill at all, so I'm easy in, easy off. Just trying to stay in the draft of the car in front of me and keep the distance to the guy behind me, and just kind of ride around until it's go time. I messed up on pit stop for the 3rd straight week, but I didn't hit anything. I had to back up and got her caught up. Now we'll see what we can do.
For sure there, and definitely a lot of guys here that would like to try to take down the JKR boys and all that, but right now you got a few of them still up in the top spot, you being one of them. We'll see if that plays out to your bit.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Shout out to all the new sponsors that just came on JKR Motorsports this week. Look forward to getting their cars painted and get them on track.
For sure there. Nevertheless, Jeremy, we're going to get you back set up for the double file restart. Good luck down there, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Absolutely. From JKR Motorsports there, Jeremy Richmond and the old 98 taking time to talk with us here as we are about ready to bring the drivers back up and running. And it looks like we were getting word from the broadcast booth here, as well as from the guys in the comments section that are in the radio command. It sounds as though Bawalda and Santiago did make contact there, unfortunately, so that's why the caution came out. Tough break there for them. Unfortunately, we did not have any footage of it, so we have no way of knowing what went down or how it went down. But Noah Owens on the restart with Kyle Gardner will have a pretty good run here. And Ryan Sizemore, how about this? He's right up there with the boys here, so he's got himself a pretty good line to play and a pretty good area to run through with this. We'll see if he can do just that here on the restart as the pace car comes off the track out of turn 4. Looking for the green flag to come back out. And indeed it will now. Here comes the green flag. We're back underway. Here we go. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. There's even bigger trouble though right in front. The restart now what they were wanting. Kyle the speed even speeds almost in completely into the wall protection. And now all of a sudden a big wreck ensues. Corey Stuskier involved in that one as well. It looks like the 82 of Joey Wright and another driver there. I can't quite see what on earth happened there. That was not a restart we were looking for. Second caution comes out here, and that was, what on earth? Well, the producers are telling me let's just go to the PTM Instant Replay, and they can call it as they see it here. I want to know is what happened exactly. That was not a restart I think anybody was expecting there. We're going to take it to the blimp cam to show you all about what happened here. Here is the PTM Instant Replay in all of its glory. Watch that 36 right on the left corner of your screen here. Oh, no, Owens didn't even got the lines, pushed the cars back, and everyone else is trying to get a little bit going, and not sure, maybe he missed a gear or what happened there, but unfortunately everybody got set back in from the front to the back and sent us, one of my friends would say, to the upper room. Well, that's a tough break there for these guys out of the gate there. Tough break. Alright, well, take it down to the phone lines, folks. We got some work to do. Alright. Looks like we're gonna do just that. We got another fan favor in the house tonight, so if he isn't with us here, we'll have a chit chat with him. And it looks like he is indeed, from Rebel Racing. Kyle Gartner in the 489 now tunes in with us. Kyle, right now you're currently up 21 spots in the old Mountain Dew Chevrolet. How's the car feeling and how you been doing down there, buddy?
Pretty good. Just decided to stay out and take the track position instead of the fresh tires. Hopefully it works out.
For sure there. Now you got a lot of folks here in the chat that have been rooting you on here. Does the added support kind of help you keep your mind focused on the race, or does it kind of make you a little more nervous to have to try to hold up all that end of the bargain?
I just enjoy them tuning in and supporting me. Really, I don't really focus on that. I'm just focused on the race.
For sure there. Well, Kyle, we do appreciate you taking time to talk with you here. We got a lot of folks rooting you on, man, so we'll see how it all plays out for you here tonight in that 49.
Thanks. Hopefully I can do them proud and get this in victory lane.
I think you're doing them pretty proud right now being up in that lead, so good luck down there, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Kyle Gardner in that 489 Mountain Dew Chevrolet right now, currently the race leader, and he will get that spot on the restart here. Let's take it back down to one of our guys here we talked with just a while back here up on the show. Here we'll have now, looks like we're going to bring him in. This is going to be Finn Robinson. Now in from Finn Robinson Motorsports here. The number 28 now tunes in with us. Finn, how's it going down there, buddy?
It's good, man. We've got a strong car here, definitely the potential to win. Traffic's definitely playing a big factor here, so we'll have to see how we handle that, trying to get through it as quickly as we can. But it's the tyres, man. You've got to save the tyres around this track. It'll eat you up if you don't, so got to play smart.
Earlier on, when you were battling with Matthew Robinson, he was going ahead of you pretty quick, but then you started to get him. Was this kind of the pit tire strategy you had the same way back in Las Vegas that one time?
It sure was. I've always said I seem to do better on older tyres than everybody else. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that, but hey, I'm not complaining. If I can catch him on older tyres, then I'll do it, and I'm sure I'll pass him if I can. And that's the goal here. He's on the same strategy as I am, so he's the car that I need to be chasing and passing. All these other cars up here in front of me aren't on the same strat as me, as far as I'm aware. So I just need to get past Matthew Robinson and pull away into the horizon.
For sure there. Well, you got about a half a race to go through with that and to get it done, so you got time to head it up, man. Good luck down there, buddy.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Finn Robinson, the number 28, Central Illinois Spice-Go Company, trying to make his friends from all the way across the pond happy, and his family and pals here in the States as well. But on the race start, it will be Kyle Gardner in the 49 having the advantage, and Zach Woods in the 60 now gets one spot up from that little spot earlier. Noah Owens falls back a little bit. That will set up everything here and run him through the house. Oh, look in the chat now. Mama Spees is in the house. It's good to hear it from you. She says it. Cheering on Kyle Speed, Demon Speeds, go son, go. Mama Speeds, I love having you around. It's always a fun time to have you here, and I'm great to see you back on the show. Always bring a smile to my face because you always light the party, in my opinion. So here we go, folks. Down to the front straightaway here. We'll see if old the Speed Demon has something for him, but he's got some work to do. He's currently in 9th. We're back on the restart. Here we go. The whole field pace around. Much better restart on this one. Looks like they got that taken care of for the most part. 3 wide, almost into a 4 wide slip. There you see, right back down to the field. Oh, a little bit of pushing and shoving it around, trying to get ahead of the field. 3 wide down the back straightaway. They take it. We've got our run and a half here. Look at the Speed Demon from what? He went from 9th to 2nd in less than half a cornfield. He just jumped the spot, and Mount Kyle Gardner has nothing for him. The Speed Demon takes the lead. Oh, but Zach Woods having a little bit of trouble there in the 60. He's in big trouble. Gets up into the wall protection. Managing to keep it clear. Drivers keep it out of there. Oh, my goodness. That was a restart and a half. Was not expecting that. He cross-threaded, cross-through. I thought that was a Dylan Hervat move from Talladega, for crying out loud. He just whammed it in there. I know we're California, but that was a wham jam. Thank you, ma'am. Alabama style run right there. My goodness, folks. Oh my. Christopher L. Lawrence there. We try to calm down, settle things back in right now. Back to normality here. The 96 of DJ Daniels starting to move the field in, coming across the line through the chicane out of turn 4, battling it through. Kyle Gardner trying to somehow, some way rekindle a little bit of that momentum he had earlier. Oh, wow. If you saw the scoreboard just change all of a sudden on a dime, that was because of how quick they were charging through, making their runs in play. That was just insane, to say the least here. Gardner was the race leader. He's fallen back a little bit behind the waistline here. I think he might have had a little bit of trouble with that pit road strategy, and now he may just be trying to save up tires and wait for the long haul. And if he is, that's the case. Smart thinking on his end to wait out, but Ryo B's 98 of Jeremy Richmond has been moving through quicker as he knows it here in the 34. Simon Morrison, little blink of the car, but that's okay. He's all right. Halfway done with this one. Halfway to go so far. The 10 there of James Jones trying to head him up, trying to place him down there with Ryan Sizemore in the 8th. Currently in 7th, having to do a little battle. Oh, look, contact right there between him and Simon Morrison. Simon goes straight to the infield, managing to bring it back. That could have been disastrous for both drivers there, but they managed to stay out of that area. Just get a good look at how hard these drivers are playing in and how hard they're trying to run their way through the field. Not a lot of ground to really be making mistakes here, and not a lot of places you could just go and change up like that. But they managed to hold through it here. On board the old speed demon himself. And also, just for the record, folks, if you see all that text there on the bottom, if you don't see us like put on board or on call or something like that, that's the drivers that actually set up all that text as well. So they have the opportunity to do that and put in what they want. So that's why you see all that text there. Trust me, we would not just go and put all that stuff there and try to put it into the box there. That's impossible for us. So if you ever wonder about that, well, that's the reason why you see all that stuff there. And speaking of the reason why you see a lot of drivers fighting their way through and trying to catch up to each other as quick as they do, well, that's because DJ Daniel and Finn Robinson are pushing their way up back to the old speed demon. There's a little bit of contact there for DJ from Finn out of turn 2. Got a little loose off that corner exit. DJ manages to keep it clear and keep it out of trouble. Finn obviously just trying to hold his line, trying to stay in the chicane and give himself a little run. They both keep clear, but it looks like DJ is slowing up just a hint or a hair here, as there's even bigger problems there for Jeremy Richmond. Into the wall protection he goes out of turn 4. Talked about how slick it can be, but how about when it gets tight out there? He just completely got sent up into the wall, and that did not look too good for him there. The 10 now, James Jones going in play. The Autism Awareness Speaks Toyota Camry. Trying to stay ahead. There are 2 guys that would like to change that up. Kyle Gardner in the 49 and the 34 of Simon Morrison here. This is your battle for 8th here. Backing it down here once more. Simonson and Gardner catching ever so slightly up to that 10 of James Jones. James trying to stay away from being passed up too quickly and too out of control. But he is doing what he needs to. He is hanging in there. Ryan looking for a little, maybe a bit of a push. Maybe looking for a little bit of a run or two. He has to take it in a little bit. Sizemore, oh man. Almost giving a little tap of the whack and a smack there. And looks like there's troubles down there. Uh-oh. We've got a caution out. Terry Marinaro comes to a complete stop out of turn 2, and there is problems there for the 33. Caution's out here past the halfway point. Let's take a look at the PTM instant replay. Looks like a little bump and a run there from the 47, and see a 33 just coming to a complete stop and a halt, but it doesn't look like anybody else was involved there, thankfully. Oh, well, that could have been bad, but that was pretty close. But the 33 definitely did take a little damage there, unfortunately. That will slow him up tremendously. Tough break there for him. He'll have some work to do there, and that will have to push him back a little ways here or two. So while we let the drivers get fixed back up and taken care of here on the show, we're going to do what we know how to do best around here, and that's take it down to the call list and see how some of our drivers are doing there. And I think there's one name though. I think these guys want to hear from, and I have a few questions for him myself actually, because we have the Speed Demon himself on the call. And Kyle, what on God's green earth did you do to make a deal with the devil to get that kind of a run on that restart?
It's a surprise as much as it is to you guys. I don't know what happened, but I got all the way back up here, man. I don't know what happened there.
Well, the Mama Speed is saying that saying of course he went from 10th to 1st when I tuned in. Of course, I guess maybe that was when she tuned in that you felt her presence, and all of a sudden that's how everything worked out in her way. Is that true?
Hey, man, we got some mama luck in the chat tonight. I like to see that.
For sure there. Well, Kyle, we do appreciate having on board here tonight. What when you come to the final laps here, any strategy you have in mind for these guys, or what's going to be the idea here?
We'll just see if we can make it tonight. Not a big on strategy. Don't know really what I'm doing here. Just trying to hang in there. Like I said, that was pure luck on that. I don't want to be up front right now. I want to see how this plays out. And then pit strategy is going to come back to, I think, tonight. So we'll see how it goes.
For sure there. Kyle, do appreciate you coming on board here tonight, man. Good luck down there, and we'll see everything goes well for you and the Rebel Racing crew.
Thank you, sir.
Kyle, the Speed Demon Speeds here, taking the time to chat with us here. As now Chris Papa will take over the race lead here. That will be an interesting segment for us. We'll keep with Rebel Racing here for a little bit and talk with Christopher L. Lawrence and that BlackGate Security Agency number 9. And Christopher, I gotta be honest with you, man, you've been pretty consistent when it comes to the races here, when it comes to the battles here. What's been the thing that just kind of separates you from every track and on your run on?
You know, my goal when I race is really just staying consistent. You know, I'm never trying to be the fastest, but as long as I stay consistent every lap in, lap out, you know, I feel like I always put myself up front and have a good shot.
It seems to be working quite well around here, and that may be a good learning tool for some of the youngsters out there that don't know about that. Is, you know, speed is one thing, but it's also another thing when you're on a track like this where you need to be consistent, and you seem to be doing just that. So, Christopher, anything you got to say to the friends and family out there before we bring you back into the show with Rebel Racing?
Yeah, like you said, you know, hopefully, you know, they can take away that consistency is key, not always worrying about being fast. So, you know, thank you for putting on a broadcast, and hopefully we'll get to talk here at the end.
For sure there. You got a little bit of work to do here and some time to play out, but nevertheless, good luck down there, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Christopher Double L Lawrence there, the number 9, taking time to chat with us here. Still got a lot of guys that would like to get their way into position up to the front here. There is no gimmies around here, especially for guys like the 15 and Noah Owens here. Noah, do you have the copy, sir? No, you got a reading with us, bud? I guess that would be a no in this case, so unfortunately we will not have him on the show. They're double filing back up in the restart, so we're going to have to wait another time for that one here. We're going to bring him down out of turn 3 and 4 and get this show back on the road here. Still a packed house in here with us tonight. Great show on hand here. Great to have all you guys out there tuning in and watching with us here. Hopefully when everything all plays out, everything's okay on our end here, we will see some new faces. We've had a new face here at Victory Lane every time out here so far in the season. It's been pretty crazy to say the least here, but that's been kind of the main goal here, is obviously is want to see kind of new faces, new wins, and new ways. And I think they've been doing a pretty good job about that here. As the green flag flies back on out, we are back underway here for the Splash and Go 200. We're still got halfway to go. 40 laps of the distance needing to be finished. There is no gimmies around here. And the 96 there of Jeremy Richmond right now knows all about that. Excuse me, DJ Daniel, the 96 right now, excuse me, as he takes it to a 3 wide slip there on to the back straightaway. Look at this. Chris Papa intervened in between. He's kind of a sandwich. He doesn't want to play there. And Finn Robinson takes back the race lead away here as DJ Daniel and Chris Papa push back up, and now DJ gets the run off that with Christopher Double L Lawrence now falling back into the 3rd spot. Pure consistency on his end has moved him up to the 12th spot. He's got a pretty good run here. Don Starner saying the race banner not working through the field. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was Producers left that on the top 5 there, so I think we know what you're talking about here. We'll see if maybe this looks a little bit better for you. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Caution's out. Caution's out. We got problems down there. Noah Owens off the track here. Something gone wrong for him there. He is in the infield. He's opened up his own lawn care service. That's not good. I think I might have gave him the broadcaster curse for trying to talk with him there. If that was the case, I do apologize there, Noah. I wasn't trying to mess you up or anything. Looks like he was having some troubles, though, coming from turn 1 and 2 here. Here is a PTM Instant Replay in all of its glory. See, right here it comes off. He's already loose there out of turn 2. He completely lost his grounded edge there. He tries to bring it back up, and then all of a sudden that little run and push there ends up setting some chaos back behind him, and he ends up getting tagged in for his troubles. And that Sim Shots 15 comes to a complete standstill, put it right into the infield. Nowhere to go and nowhere to get out of, unfortunately for him. Well now, that will bring us back to the on-call list while the drivers get somewhat relatively comfortable and back put away. Still got a lot of big names here that we can bring in and talk with. I know a lot of folks at home would love to hear from some other drivers here, so let's head it down to CRC Motorsports, where we will now join in with the 24 of Corey Saucier. Corey, do you have the copy, my friend?
I got you, Chris.
Hey man, how's things been going down there right now in that 24? You had a pretty good lead earlier and a pretty good run there. Was it just based on the fuel strategy and tires alone, or what's been the deal there?
Yeah, just wanted to see what we could really get out of this real long run here. So figured I'd push it a little bit, see what the full fuel window is, and just put that in the bank for later.
For sure there. Anything really you got in mind for these last about 35 or so odd laps to really try to get yourself back up to that spot?
Just want to conserve tires a little bit. Hopefully some people can make a mistake up here. We can take advantage. This is a hard place to pass, so just gotta keep pace with everybody and hope we're there at the end.
For sure there, Corey. Do appreciate you taking the time to talk with us here from CRC Motorsports. Have at it down there, buddy.
Let's
All right, Corey Saucier again, folks. Taking the time to chit-chat with us here. Got a lot of drivers out here that are trying to make a bit of a name for themselves, trying to possibly give themselves the old fighting spirits, the chance of a lifetime around here. So we're looking through the field right now. Also, if you guys want, let me know in the chat, who do you want? Like I said, I am always wanting to bring in people for you to talk to and always bring in new fames and faces. Always love to give everyone a fair shake and a fair run at things, so you let me know who you want to hear from, and we'll bring them in so that way they can hear from you in the chat. The guys like Simon Morrison, also one of those guys that would like to probably chat with us here. So Simon, you got the copy there, my friend?
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, going pretty good down there, bud. How's things been going for you here at this point? You're coming up in the 6th spot where you started at here, and on the restart, it looks like you might have a bit of a chance here. How's things been playing out, though?
I'm having a lot of fun, you know. So far, so good.
Definitely has indeed here, Hal. Anything you guys say to your friends or family before we bring you back in here to the show?
Enjoy the show.
Yep, I guess there ain't any way to say that then. So, Simon, we'll get you back in there, man. Thanks for taking time to talk with us here, and good luck down there, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Simon Morrison there in the 34. Chatting away. One of our drivers from Canada. We've got 4 drivers from Canada here tonight. Tyler Hollihan is one of them. Jordan Stencil, as well as Ari Vuger. And then we just talked to Simon there. And then one of our only drivers from across the pond, Finn Robinson, will have a little work to do here. He has the race lead, though. In the chat right now, Josh Anderson saying, James Jones, how's his race been going? Well, James Jones right now currently is in that 10 Autism Awareness Speaks Toyota Camry. Been consistent all night. He's been kind of in the top 10 middle playing ground, and right now he is going to be the man to catch up in that 4th spot on this restart. So we'll see if he's able to hold out and keep his pace in. Pace car comes off around out of turn 4 here. We're back underway this next time out. Down the front straightaway we go here. They are looking to wheel and deal this way up in and round. Here we go as they come across the stripe here. The front straightaway. We're back underway in racing. Here we go. And out of the restart there, it looks like everyone's got left back in the pack a little bit. Christopher W.L. Lawrence all of a sudden is moving his way in. He's got a little bit of a run coming up there to Finn Robinson. Robinson trying to keep him away from it. Down the back straightaway we go here. Everybody in a hot pursuit for this one. Everyone trying to gain ground and make some positions in. Robinson right now trying to stay away from losing his spot up to Lawrence. Lawrence doing what he needs to do to hang in there. Pacing them down around once more here. Everybody into a 3-wide salute now. We take it down. Looks like Simon Morrison goes in there with the 24 of Corey Saucier and the 36 of Kyle the Speed Demon the old Speed Demon himself trying to hammer down and hang with him. Side by side they take it down out of turn 2. All of a sudden now the Saucier falling back just a little bit behind the waistband. Speed's trying to push a little bit there and get that corner off on the draft zone. Got a little bit of a help there for himself. Got a little bit of a ground and position in. James Jones in the 10 Toyota Camry trying to stay with it and try to stick in it. All drivers in their proverbial zone. All of them playing where they need to and running as hard as they have to when it comes to staying consistent and staying in touch with themselves. Down across here on down front stretch to turn 1. It is still Chris Papa and James Jones in the 10 going to work here for a little bit of a top 4 battle. You see the 13 of Papa getting really loose off that entry. Got loose off exit there and lost all his momentum. And now the Speed Demon right in the middle of the pack. The 3-wide slow down the back stretch into the corner. Pushes Papa up. And James Jones makes him pay for it. Stabilized in. Simon Morrison there in the 34. Trying to get the old Chevrolet up in the ground. And another caution comes out. Caution's out. We got problems down there. Brandon Mascarilla. Noah Owens. And it looks like a few others involved in this one. Oh my. 5th caution of the night coming on out, and now that brings out the 5th time we have to bring out, well, 6th time I should say, we bring out the PTM Instant Replay. Let's get an idea of what happened here. Let's see up on the show here, the PTM Instant Replay in all of its glory. See, everything looks pretty good here. It looks like there's a little bit of smoke going on down there. Oh, looks like the 64 completely brought to a halt there. See if we get a better perspective on what happened with the 64 of Jordan Stencil here. We did not have anything on him when the crash came out originally, but it looks like there might have been trouble at turn 4 here. Here's the replay yet again. Comes out of turn 4. Zach Woods and him are going to make contact here. Zach and him unfortunately tagged in, and the 64 goes for the fumble and tumbles around, and the rest of the field just trying to avoid him, and that's where the trouble started. So now they will pace him back into their runs and into their zone. And we'll go how everything goes play here. Brandon Browning, we are. Can we get a speed? Can we get an interview? Oh, actually, we already talked with their speeds, buddy. Talked to them just a little bit ago. So right now the drivers are going in pit road, so we're going to leave them alone for the moment. They need to get things figured out down there and let them do their own thing. We don't want to try to bother them too much in there. Almost the whole field getting in pit road, getting things taken care of. Looks like John Espalda Jr. actually will move up into the field a little bit. We haven't talked to him here in a while on the show. I think it might be time we bring him in. We'll see how the old 46 is doing down there. So we'll bring him in now here. John Espalda Jr. now tunes in with us. And John, how's things been going down there in the Jack Dowel Motorsports Chevrolet tonight?
Hey, pretty good. So far, so good. Had a little bit of trouble, but so far, yeah, I'm good with it.
Has there been anything major kind of that you've seen in the car that no one else has when it comes to the runs here, or you just been kind of laying back a little bit and just waiting for the right time to strike?
Well, kind of laying back. You know, tires seem to be at a premium right now. But you know, us at Jack Dowel Motorsports, we've been doing some practicing, quite a bit actually, and learning some tire strategy, and it seems to be paying off right now.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless here, man, the Splash and Go graphics tour is about to come to a close. Anything you got really in mind to finish out with here?
Stay out of trouble, save tires, and yeah, keep your eyes open for what's in front.
For sure there. Well, we do appreciate your time to talk with us here in the call. We'll see if everything plays out okay for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. From Jack Dowel Motorsports there, John Espawalda Jr. chatting away with us here, as they are always one to do. Up on the show right now. Currently, we've still got a lot of drivers playing out, doing what they need to here. We've still got a few that we haven't talked with yet. We'll go ahead and bring in another driver here for Kian. I don't know how much time we have here before they get back to double file restart here. It looks like they're doing that just now, looks like. Yep, they will be doing it, so we will just go ahead and call that one good and hit it back down the track where the drivers will play them out again. Real quick on the show too, just wanted to ask you guys at home, does everything look okay on the stream? It's kind of, on my end, looks a little bit blurry and fuzzy. That's just my end anyway. Does everything look okay to you guys though? Can you still see the cars all right and everything look okay? Want to make sure it's all good on your end. I know the YouTube will not be the same way as we wish. And Tori Manuel saying, can we get an interview from number 8? Actually, Tori, we just talked to them a little while ago. It was, I believe it was like right at the beginning of the race. So if you want to take a look here later on, we'll talk with you more about it. Sage Luther saying look good. Thanks for letting us know there, Sage. Always appreciate you guys helping us out and letting us know how everything is, because I know my end could look a little different than yours. So always just double checking down there. Like I said, we always try to make sure we give the fans what they want, and make sure that the drivers also get what they would like, and try to help everyone out and still perform the best show around. And obviously, we don't want to set anything back or really mess anything around here. Von Gardner saying, not too bad. All right, thank you for that. Well, we'll see how everything looks right now, because it may not be too bad out on the track, or on the stream, but it's definitely a lot different on the track compared to what you see here. As the green flag flies back on out, the lights come on. Here we go once more. John Espawalda Jr. will have to deal with the old Finn Robinson on the restart as they go off the line. Out that line, it looks like Christopher Lawrence decides he wants to play 3 wide, so right out of the gate, Bellotto, whoa! Falls way behind the waistline. He had nowhere to go, has to fall back behind the pack here. Kyle Gardner turns around for 3 wide out of turn 2. And a whole 3 wide scenario situation between the drivers. They're pushed on through. Nearly 4 wide down the backstretch, coming down. That's J.R. Miller in that 78 you see moving through. Ryan Sizemore looking for a big of a run. Tires definitely fresh on that one. He's got a nice tank. Got a fresh set of Goodyears put on that bad boy, and it's holding in. And look at this. Last week's feature winner, DJ Daniel, intervenes around to the inside. 3 wide for the race lead. Lawrence, Robinson, and DJ Daniel all in a heated space, and then zone 3 wide, still the corner, right back into it out of turn 2. This time DJ gets a little bit more of a push away from it, and the Speed Demon is in the running. He's right behind him. DJ Daniel, man, holy cow, talk about playing to the crowd and playing to the run when he needs to. This cat definitely has something for him, and he has been looking pretty strong here on these restarts. But I wasn't expecting a run like that out of the gate. Sage, that's the thing. He's dropped back fast. He did definitely there. But unfortunately, John Bellotto Jr. had nowhere to go, especially with the runs these guys were kicking up. Finn Robinson putting a little bit closer up to the 96 of DJ. Him and going side, almost up on top of the braille of him. It's one thing I don't want to do around here is put that grill into the rear end too many times. Don't want to damage something on that. The Speed's pushing up 9 of Lawrence right now, trying to help him out. Trying to hold it in, trying to corner him down there, out of turn 4. Playing it in. Lawrence right now still in the running and pushing through, but DJ loses his lead. The Finn Robinson. Robinson managing to make a big spot up. Lawrence in the BlackGate Security Agency. the number 96 of DJ Daniel in the old Chevrolet trying to hit it up. And then, of course, you got Kyle Speeds and now Chris Papa intervening a little bit here as we go on board here with Papa. Outside looking in, Speeds tries to hang in there with Papa. Papa goes right to the outflanks, right down the corner, pushing it further into the run, further into the ground. There's just a drag race here on these front straightaways sometime. 25 laps remain. It has been a solid day for the drivers, and it's been a solid battle. Who will be able to finish this one out, and who will be able to take this one to the end? It's hard to say, but right now that race lead is very much in contention. There is no gimmies around here. And no, that was not our end, folks. That was DJ Daniel that just blinked out. That was not us. Christopher Double L, Lawrence there, and then 9 BlackGate Security AC trying to push a little bit more in there, trying to get something to go for him. But it just does not stick as well as I think he was hoping for, and the Speed Demon following back just a hint or two here. Seems like there may be a little bit of a changing of the guard position as well. The 98 of Jeremy Richmond right behind Ryan Sizemore and Kyle Gardner. As you get a good look at the field and how far they are played out here. Sizemore has to take it side by side there with Gardner. Gardner goes right to the middle zone, trying to play a little bit of a run there. Down across the back stretch all the way through. Everybody in a high risk, high reward situation. No gimmies around here. Jeremy Richmond now takes it back into the inside. Gardner trying to hold him off, trying to stay in it. Yeah, you can see right there at turn 4 just how far they have to drift up to get a good run off that exit and get a good corner back in. That's what we were talking about originally, is how hard it is to get that kind of position and get that kind of run there. Especially when you got guys like Sizemore that's just been holding their line all day long and really been playing it out the way he needs to. He is the hard charger of the night. And depending on time, we will be able to talk with the hard charger and our top 3 here at the end, depending on how things go. We'll see. We'll let them know later on here, though. The producers are keeping a close eye on me tonight. Lauren Stencil there, the 64, trying to hang in with the 19 of David Hall. Hall right now trying to get the National Guard Chevrolet up there. Oh! Turn 4 almost completely takes it to the wall protection there. This is your battle for 10th, though, between these two. Gardner's starting to fall back a little bit behind the waistline there. I'm not sure if he's losing some ground there in that turn. So he's losing a little bit of position, but it does not seem like it's holding up, I think, the way he was hoping for. Down, backside, backstretch here, Santiago playing into his zone, into his run there. The 78 of J.R. Miller and Simon Morrison. We talked to them just a minute ago. He's been doing a pretty good job here, kind of keeping his corners in, kind of keeping himself at play. Santiago falling back a little bit now. JR is starting to get a little bit of ground up on him, trying to push it further ahead, maybe a little bit power under the hood. See if he's got something for him here. Right now, though, we've got a little bit of a change up here because the battle for the race lead is starting to commence. DJ Daniel wants up ace of the eye, wants up ace in the action. Finn Robinson trying to stay away from losing it from him. But you can see right here, man, the lap times are not lying, though. You can see Robinson has been slowing up in those corners and been slowing up in the turns, and DJ's making a pay for it. And with 20 laps to go, well, there's no telling how hard Daniel will run to get his lead back. Can he be the first driver of the season to go back-to-back in a season? We'll find out here in a little bit because he still has time to play out and time to go. And you know, in motorsports, you cannot expect anything but the unexpected. There is no gimmies here. There are no free rides around this fight. Daniel right now still trying to hang in there. Finn Robinson down the bottom round. DJ going up. I can't quite pass him there. There are two ways to pass around here. That's the middle and the bottom. And right now, DJ was trying to play the latter of the two. Problem with that middle line, though, is the fact you don't really get much of a run off that. And then you have to more worry about that exit. And you can see Finn, he's just defending him off as hard as he can, trying to keep him away from him. Oh, and DJ just completely pushed the front end right into the rear of Robinson. I don't know if Finn's going to appreciate that too much. Now looks like an opening there. DJ finally got him backed in, cornered off. DJ trying to get it to stick, trying to get something there. Finn trying to hold him off out of the exit. Will he get the jump? No, he will not. He'll have to rely on the draft here down the back straightaway here as they will work him down. And we take it to the Goodyear service. Flip PTM Racing TV cab. You can just see how hard he's pushing that rear bumper from Robinson, DJ that is. Holy cow, man, he is just putting a full-on grill and everything into that rear skirt. And now Speed Demon, Kyle Speeds is starting to pull up a little bit too with the boys. This is insane. This could be a strong finish to say the least here. We're supposed to cut it to a quick commercial message, but I'm telling the producers right now, you cut it to a commercial message right now, I'm changing the channel. And I'll fire all of them while I'm at it. I don't care. We're staying with this one right now. Christopher L. Lawrence in the 9 right now, trying to get up there and back into it. But the Speed Demon is pushing him as well, as much as I think DJ is pushing Finn around. I'm still not sure how much Finn appreciates those bumps. But you gotta give credit where credit's due. There's a reason why he's a 2-time defending world champion, taking those bumps like a champ and not caring for whatsoever. The whole field right now is just playing out their runs and playing out their spots. Jordan Stencil in the 64 getting up there to Kyle Gardner now in the 49. The Mountain Dew Chevrolet has a little bit of a problem. I think he's just trying to lay low and trying to give the car a little breathing room. But it doesn't seem to be helping him out too much. He's still got a pretty good mount here for 7th. Face some DAC by here on the front straightaway here right now. Everyone doing what they have to on these final laps just to keep the cars at play, keep them in game insane. There is only 15 left to go. And DJ Daniel has just been on a mission. I think it is his mission to push Finn all the way around and all the way down, and there might have just been the opening I think he was looking for. Can he finally get it this time though? Robinson opens the door up for him. Finn will try to cross over around out of turn 4. DJ blocks it straight to the bottom. Oh, look at this. These two just throwing haymakers at one another. Pushing, beating, batter, busting and around. Punching with everything they got up to the front, but it is DJ Daniel who finally steeps Finn behind him. We have ourselves at last a new leader, and I don't think it could have gone at a better time here for him, but we know Finn's not going to exactly play too kindly to those pushes earlier. I think that 96 might want to watch it a little bit when it comes to that later half. There is still some room and time left. And if that draft is meaning anything, one little push and one little front up to the front, and the next thing you know, it could be game over for him, and that could be some trouble for it. Corey Saucier there in that 24, now currently up into the 5th spot. Here's how our top 5 look at the moment. This is their lap time, this is how they've been playing it out here. And if you look at their best lap time here as well, that's been a little bit of a change there in position and time here, and you can just see how close they are. But at the same time, tenths are very important around here, because if you lose about a 10 to 100, it's like night and day sometimes on how you get your runs. But you heard Lawrence say even earlier on is that you don't have to worry too much about being the fastest. You just need to learn to make sure you're the consistent. The only time you worry about being the fastest is when you're literally, well, on dirt, or you're literally trying to deal with the troubles that is playing out a short run. And again, the difference between a short run versus a long run, especially with these cars, is the long run is where you're basically counting on those cautions to stay away from you and keep from coming off so much, and hoping and praying that everything works out later on. On board here with Saucier right now, and he is just playing out everything he's got, trying desperately to wheel and deal his way up in there. He's got the Speed Demons corner panel right on the right side now. It looks like he'll try to push his way in out of turn 1 back to that spot. Battle for 5th here, and Saucier drives it a little bit high there. Speed's going to try to corner it back up and bring it right down to corner it in. Now the cross thread maneuver. Oh, but Speed gets into a wall. Oh, he almost completely lost it there. Saucier managing to stay away from that end of the spectrum. And DJ Daniel, I don't know, maybe he's starting to find a way to get away from Finn Robinson, but he is starting to pull away a little bit more in those corners. He's got a little bit of a lead on him. Will he be able to hold on, though? That's the main thing, because if he can't keep away from him, he is starting to push a little harder. I don't know if maybe Finn was driving a little too hard earlier and now he's lost it, or what's going down, but it's getting pretty hard here. Final laps coming up here. We're down to the final 10 to go. No caution here. Don't worry about that, folks. Speeds and Saucier going down, and oh, wait a minute, there's a little bit of trouble down there. Something gone wrong for Wesley Jeanette out of turn 2 there. He has come to a complete stop. Caution does not come out, though. Not really sure what exactly happened. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the replay, just so we have a little bit of closure here. Looks like coming out of turn 2. Just got loose, got into the wall protection, and was trying to slow up and stop. But unfortunately, that wall was just right there, and giving it the old love tap and kiss, if you will. Now 8 to go. DJ Daniel has been patiently waiting to get himself up to victory lane once again from a whole week time zone from Las Vegas. Does he have the run? Does he have the momentum to stay in it? Because right now Finn Robinson is not leaving his sight, and he's now pushing it 4 ahead. I think Finn was playing this tire game again. He was playing strategy. We know him too well around here. Lawrence is just waiting in the catbird spots. He's right now just waiting in the wings, looking for a mistake, looking for anything he can get off of him. But the question is, will he get anything off of him? Will he have that opportunity? It's hard to say, in my opinion, because right now, currently, it's just been more or less just stay patient and hope the runs come to you later. And with only 7 to go here, if you haven't already here on Facebook, you better like and follow us up here and get some love around to the show, because we got ourselves the final few laps here. Now's the time to share us around, guys. You're also on our YouTube after the replay viewing here. Thank you again, and I hope you subscribe here for great content. And of course on our social media platforms, Twitter and Facebook, and also our Twitter and Instagram. And also check out the boys here at BackFire Sim Racing here on Facebook, and the Dowel Motorsports series as well. They will be continuously updating their stuff and posting around. The 28 of Finn Robinson, part of that group and part of that alliance with DJ Daniel right now in his sights. DJ is just staying absolutely focused on one thing, and that's just hold the bottom line to keep Finn away from making the jump. He's only got a few laps left, but he knows he's getting ever so slightly. You see him kind of getting a little erratic on his maneuvers. That means he's trying to get the draft away there from Robinson. He knows Finn has a chance if he gets that draft on him. And then at that point, it's just a matter of the pushing game. Will Finn pull that maneuver the same that DJ did to him? Because I guarantee you one thing, it was hurting Finn to try to hold off, try to play in that zone the way they were coming off on the exits, on the entries. And the reason why I say that is because later on, when you seen that run kind of push more forward. Finn had a trouble there holding the inside line. DJ got a run off of that or two. Coming down the back straightaway here, the flagman holds the high five up that last time by. This time it'll only be 4 laps remaining. Time is starting to elapse. Time is starting to go away. There is no room for error, no room to give. This could be something here to the end. These drivers are just absolutely putting on a clinic and putting on a fight, to say the least. Corey Saucier trying to get there for that final spot for that top 3 here. He's got Lawrence in his sights. Can he push it just a little more ahead and push it into the run? Kyle Speed's currently 5th, and Ryan Sizemore not too far behind him in 6th for that second, trying to get about a 2-second spot back up. Lap traffic's going to be a bit of a factor here. They're going to have to make some moves here. The 47 right in front of them there, that being manned by Jonas Bawalda III, son of Junior. Stays out of the way and stays good on target. Great driving there from him. A good sportsmanship. Lawrence right now trying to stay in it to win it. And looking right up ahead, DJ Daniel managing to get even further ahead there after that little lap traffic situation for Finn. Finn lost a lot of ground there. There's only 3 laps left to get it back. He's running out of time. Question is, does he have time? Does he have anything left? Jeremy Richmond at 98, and then the 90 of Angel Santiago. And you saw Kyle Gardner and Stencil to round out your top 10 there. They've all been at this game for a while tonight. They've all been fighting hard here. It looks like the 24, Jory Saucier, finally getting a little run there on Lawrence. And it kind of cornered off on the bottom there. Lawrence heads back down there trying to defend. He doesn't want him to make that pass just yet with 2 laps to go. As one last big push here, can Saucier get it around for the top 3? I think he wants to chat with the top 3 tonight. He's giving it everything he can. He's doing all he's got. And I don't think we're going to have time to talk with the hard charge of the night, unfortunately. So we will only have time for the top 3 from what I'm being told. Saucier out of turn 4, desperately trying to push ahead. This is the white flag now coming across your screen here. DJ Daniel has been playing it all night long, but Finn Robinson, the man that won the first race of the show we ever broadcasted for BackFire, back at the Family and Friends Las Vegas 200. He's trying to possibly win a season race here and get himself one step closer to a season championship. They are coming down the back straightaway, drafting all. Robinson has got the push. He saved the tires. DJ's trying to hold him off. And the corner, a little bit of a contact situation. Robinson gets into DJ. DJ spins into turn 3 and coming to the wire. Finn Robinson is going to take this one home. It may have been a little bit of an Iraq situation, but Finn Robinson will take it home in the Central Illinois Spice Code number 28 to victory lane. Second, we'll go to Lawrence, and third, to Corey Saucier, a strong finish. And my goodness, that was a crazy race to say the least. And if I'm DJ Daniel right now, oh boy, I'm going to be looking back on that one a little bit. That was a crazy finish to say the least there. Kyle, the Speed Demon Speed, is going up to Lawrence, giving him the old love tap bump there, saying, hey, you got 4th. All right, 3rd, I got 4th. I'll take that any day of the week. Excuse me, he got 2nd in my opinion. Sorry about that. Driver still coming across the line here, but your race winner here tonight is this man, Finn Robinson, all the way from across the pond. The 2-time defending road racing champion is currently still one of the guys to beat out on the track. But I think we need to go back and look at that replay here and see where exactly DJ ended up messing up, or where did Finn get into him there. That's going to be my biggest question here. We're going back to the replay. Let's take a close look at this one. This was something here, folks. This is where it's going to get very interesting. Watch carefully here as they're going to come across out of turn 1 and 2. We're taking to the blimp cam here to show you everything in its entirety. see them getting ever so closer here, coming down around. Here's where it gets really interesting. To the chopper cam we go. And you can see DJ trying to block, trying to defend. Finn gets into that corner. And to be honest with you, I mean, I know Finn cut it a little closer, but he was trying to hold his line, trying to give a little bit of a spot up. I think DJ was trying to block. And unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way he was hoping for. From that angle, though, I would definitely say it would have been a clean pass or a clean maneuver, but unfortunately, it ended up costing DJ Daniel the win and ends up giving Finn Robinson his victory. As we take it to our final results here tonight, here's how it all came to be. Finn Robinson wins it all. Christopher L. Lawrence second, third to Corey Saucier, fourth to Kyle Speed, fifth to Jordan Stenzel, sixth to Kyle Gardner, seventh to Angel Santiago, eighth to Jeremy Richmond, ninth to James Jones, and 10th to Chris Papa to round out the top 10 as the motor goes on Robinson there. You can see our other finishers as well. Some of the drivers not able to finish out and run away here tonight. Coming to a complete halt and studding here for them and kind of set them up for that here as you see the rest of the field. 33 drivers in total here with us, and it definitely was a great run and a great battle there, but what a crazy, unbelievable finish that was here, man. That was crazy. Right head saying rest in peace. Right Glade saying oof. Right Glade saying interview DJ. Brian, I can only do the top three, man. Sorry, I'm not gonna talk with DJ either. I probably would leave him alone right now. We don't want to disrespect anybody around here. We don't want any trouble, that's for sure. So we're going to give them a little time to calm down and all that. And we're going to talk right now with our third place finisher here tonight. That being Corey Saucier in the 24. And we're going to get down there with him. He's going to definitely be a little bit happy about this one. And probably wondering why he got to talk with the top three here instead of where he was in fourth there. Because he was fighting Lawrence there. But he is in the third place finish position here tonight. And Corey, congratulations on that, man. And what a run you and Lawrence had, man. Other than the little trouble that Robinson and DJ got into, man, you guys were definitely putting on a show as well there in that battle for third.
Yeah, I at the time when I was running fourth, really wanted a podium finish. Felt like I had the long run speed on everybody, so I was hoping to get it by Lawrence, and just wanted to keep it as clean as possible. And stinks for DJ to go out like that, but I'll take a podium nonetheless.
For sure there. I mean, at the end of the day, racing is racing, and obviously there's some folks out there that will go back and look at that, but honestly, I think when you're trying to defend, you live and die by the sword, as even the chat has said here, and that's just kind of one of those things that comes with the added pressure of doing this. But you're still coming away with a third place finish here tonight, man. So who do you want to thank you for this?
Want to thank my two main sponsors, Gagny Graphics Apparel. Check them out on gagnygraphics.net, as well as Flavor Bomb. They make all kinds of rubs and stuff for different meats and just about anything. So everybody check them out.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, you're taking home a third place finish, Corey. Thanks again for tuning on in, and congratulations on that. And I think you definitely made the friends and family and sponsors happy tonight, bud.
Chris, appreciate what you do.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher here tonight, Corey Saucier. And now we'll take it down to talk with the second place finisher here tonight. That by a guy by the name of Christopher L. Lawrence. Double L is now with us here. Christopher, congratulations here on the second place finish here. And, oh boy, that was a bit of a crazy run there you had with Saucier. I mean, obviously we saw the run with Robinson and Daniel, as I mentioned just a minute, to Saucier, but you two definitely put up a good fight in there, and he came close to getting you on that last lap.
Yeah, I got to give him a shout out, racing him at the last couple laps there, running him clean. And, that was a tough battle. It could have went either way, so I got to give him a shout out.
Definitely there. I mean, at the end of the day, though, you still are coming away with that second and coming away with a good position. Obviously, consistent driving and all that definitely played out the way you were hoping for. And with everything that's been playing out for you this season, I got to believe this is definitely going to be a little bit more of a boost of confidence coming to the next couple races.
Yeah, we came into Auto Club, not feeling real good about the today, but we came away with a P2, a solid P2. So it does definitely help the confidence going into this, the rest of the season.
Definitely there, man. And now with the confidence starting to bolster and boost up more and more, anything you got to say to your friends or family out there before we get you back on for the night?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. You know, hopefully we put on a good show for everybody. You know, thank you, PTM. You know, great broadcast. Dowel Motorsports has been a huge help for the season. Thank my sponsor, BlackGate Security. You know, couldn't do it without them. And my team, you know, first and foremost at Rebel Racing, Chris Upka, Kyle Spees, Kyle Gertner. We all stuck together and had a good strategy tonight, and we all seemed to place pretty well tonight.
Well, you definitely did indeed here, and I think you made everyone pretty proud and happy for that one. What a run and what a finish there. Congratulations here, Lawrence, on a second place finish here tonight.
Thank you so much, sir. You have a great night.
You too, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Double L Lawrence, your second place finisher here tonight. And now, at long last, I think we might have to chat with this fella here for a minute. Finn Robinson takes it home to victory lane, and Finn, now joining me in here in victory lane. Step aside with me, buddy. You want to tell me what happened there at turn 3? That was crazy of a finish. I mean, you two were putting up a fight and everything, but what happened, man?
Them closing 10 laps were absolutely crazy. I thought he'd got it. He'd pulled away. He'd got a 0.4 second gap on me, and I was like, "This is it. I'm giving everything I got to catch up," and I just couldn't catch him. And I'm not sure what happened, but on the last lap, or coming onto the last lap, I should say, he seemed to make some mistakes. I reeled it back into 0.2, and at that point, I'm in the draft at 0.2, so I would have the momentum down the straights. Tried to make sure I had a good clean run into 1 and 2, make sure I didn't push on. That was the main thing. And coming on the back straight, like I said, I had the draft. I was going low, he blocked low, so I tried to sort of sneak out a bit. As you saw, I just sort of half come out, and I think, honestly, obviously not intentional by any means. It sucks for him. As you saw the whole race, we were having good clean racing with him, so it was never my intention to wreck him, but I tried to poke that nose out, get around the outside to get the cut back actually coming out of the corner. But I'm not sure what happened, whether he came up a bit or whether I came down a bit. It's hard to tell, but I can say one thing, that Chevrolet pointed front bumper probably did not help.
Probably tipped out a little bit there. We were looking back at the replay. We took it back at it, and obviously some folks even said in the chat, they were like, well, you live and die by the sword, and unfortunately that's kind of racing for you as well when you're trying to defend and block. It just happens like that sometimes, but obviously, yeah, we know you didn't mean to do it, and you guys obviously here in the show and the broadcast always try to put up a good fight and a good race, and you know that was definitely a good race and a good battle all the way through. It was just that one little error on his end unfortunately cost him, and you know you got into him unfortunately, which you know and spinning him out, and you managed to get away from it. But Finn, at the end of the day, man, you're coming home with a win here, and first one of the season. Now, granted, you haven't win on here in PTM Racing TV before, but what do you guys say here tonight for this one?
Yeah, well, it's pretty crazy, honestly. Same as Chris Lawrence there coming in and saying he wasn't expecting a good run at Auto Club. Same here. You know, I knew I could set a semi-fast time, but I didn't think it was going to be as fast as it was. I set quick time in practice, and I think I got 4th in qualifying. So a real good run throughout the race, battling with Matthew Robinson there until he had internet issues, and then it became mine and DJ's deal, which sucks for him, like I said, about the wreck. Again, not intentional. Interesting to see how this one's going to play out at the end. I've already had a few comments made my way, and I well expect this to be taken to the replay booth, but I know I was in the right. I didn't intend anything, any wrecking to happen again, like I said. But hey, man, it's what happens, you know. You block. I'm trying to get by him, you know. Again, that's not me saying I've wrecked him on purpose. You know, he blocks, so I'm trying to get by him. You know, it's somebody's got to give.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Finn, at the end of the day, man, the racing is complete and all that. And obviously, you know, like you said, the race officials will be taken through with this one. But at the end of the day, man, still a race winner here tonight. So we want to congratulate you here. And we'll definitely see you guys next time out here. And hopefully everything plays out as well for you guys.
Yeah, I hope so. I'd just like to say before we sign off, a huge shout out to Dowel Motorsports. Of course, Central Illinois Spice Company, again, you know, giving huge support throughout the season. Glad we could finally get a victory lane celebration for them guys. So I'm really chuffed for that, and the practice that we put in, again, with Dowel Motorsports. Great work by the whole team, and constantly putting in the effort to improve themselves. And I'm glad, you know, the effort's starting to pay off for some of these guys.
For sure there. Nevertheless, Finn, run another trip to victory lane here with Splash and Go Graphics 200. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, Finn Robinson in the 28. with the Dowel Motorsports Series, and of course for the folks down and the and from Finn Robinson Motorsports and all that. It's great to have you all on board here tonight. Great to have everyone that is tuned in with us to watch this race in its entirety. Thank you again for everyone that sticked around here. Tonight's race was against presented and brought in by Dowel Motorsports, by Grid Finder, by AJ's Hotspot, by Central Illinois Spice Co., by SimSpeedShop.com, by Splash and Go Graphics, by BlackGate Security Agency, by SimShots, by the ButtKicker, and also a quick word to the guys that have made some of those wraps and designs up for Southern Sim Graphics, and of course Max Graphics. They want to say thank you again in large part to from BackFire to give you guys a hand and give these drivers sweet looking designs and all that here. Do appreciate you guys tuning on in as well here from PTM Racing TV. We do love you guys. Tomorrow night, I want to say this was our last doubleheader, but I completely forgot we have a couple more coming. Oh boy, it's gonna be a hard week on the voice, but we do have 2 more days of doubleheaders. Tomorrow night, East Coast Racing Circuit and originally Flyby Cup Series. No more. They will now be a new logo and series coming your way. You'll be catching them all on the show here tomorrow night. And then Sunday night, we'll have Pedal and Metal Racing League back on the show. And then Smoking Tires returns to the field. They're looking to hit it up for a little special race in honor of a man that is, in honor of a driver that frankly could use a lot of love and little support, and we can't wait to broadcast it to you there from New Hampshire. From all of us here at PTM Racing TV, though, thank you everyone that tunes into these shows. Thank you for everyone that comes to watch us. We love you guys. Until the green flag flies next time on PTM Racing TV, be safe. God bless. Take care. You know what to do. Good night, everybody.